Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace. I own a permanent jewelry business, and on this channel I just share my journey with you of being a permanent jewelry business owner. So today is going to be a long day, but it's going to be a fun day. So I'm doing two things today. So I have studio appointments. I have 3 appointments this morning, and then later on tonight I'm going to be doing a pop-up. So this is going to be a pop-up at a really cool attraction here in Atlanta. It's the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. I'm doing a pop-up out there and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to carry you guys along with me today as I see my studio clients and then set up for my pop-up. What I do when I come in to set up my station is I attach all of my cords. So I plug in my welder, and probably the most important thing is I plug in my, well, not really plug in, but I connect my Argon to my welder. And that's like the most important thing to do. And then I go ahead and turn it on. I just got a new Argon tank the other day. So the first Argon tank I had, I used that, well, I started my business back in July. And so I've used it since July of last year up until just the other day. And we're in May. So I used my last Argon tank for about 10 months. So they really last a long time. I got a question on one of my videos, where do I get my Argon tanks from? You can literally get them from anywhere. Sunstone is a really good place to get your Argon tank. They have a mini version that you can use to take to pop-ups. From my understanding, it can like even fit in your back pocket, like that's how small it is. So I've heard good things about that. I get my Argon from my local gas store. So if you just look up online, local gas stores in your area, you can find Argon tanks there if you want to avoid paying for shipping. The way that it works for me is I have a plan with my local gas store. So every time I need to get a new tank, all I have to do is take in my old tank and they switch out the tank and give me a new one. So we'll see how long this one lasts me. I'm definitely doing much more permanent jewelry now, so it'll be interesting to see how long this tank lasts. But as far as getting an Argon tank, I would recommend you go to Sunstone or your local gas store. All right, what I'm gonna do now is put all of my chains back in order. So of course, sometimes when clients come in, the chains kind of get switched between the different tiers. So I just want to make sure that all of the chains are in their proper position. Okay, the life of a business owner is very interesting, especially when you run a big part of your business on social media. You're always making content. So not only am I filming for YouTube, but I'm also filming for my Instagram and TikTok. I have my phone set up over there. So I'm using that to record videos for my Instagram because I want to make a video, do like a day in the life. But, you know, always getting content. So that's one thing that I can definitely share with you is that when you own your own business and you promote it on social media, you got to do a lot of content. So just go ahead and get into the swing or just the rhythm of pulling out your camera, setting up your tripod, and getting that content. All right, so I'm gonna finish setting up. I need to hurry up because my client's gonna be here at 11. So let me show you what I'm gonna do next. Next thing I do is set up my welder and my ADL screen. So I just put that on my table. I pull out my pliers and I set those out. Okay. And this is the same thing that I do every single time I get into my studio. This is just what I have formed a habit of doing, and it works for me. All right. I like to go ahead and take out my jump rings. I think I've mentioned before, on average, I use about 4 different size jump rings for all of the chains that I carry. So I'll go ahead and take my jump rings out and set those to the side. Then I feel like the most important thing that I do next. So the next thing that I do is another important step. I always like to do this before my clients come in. So I'm going to plug in my grounding pliers. I'm going to turn on my welder, and I don't know if you heard that beep, but that was just the sound of the welder turning on. I'm going to take some scrap metal, any piece of scrap metal. What I do is I like to just check to make sure that my welder and Argon are working properly. All right, so that doesn't take long at all, but it lets me know that, you know, my welder, my argon, everything is flowing right. And so when my client comes in, all of my equipment should be working properly. Last thing, I'm going to take out my glasses. So these are the glasses that I use. And then I have some welding glasses for my client. All right, so just like that, I'm all done. It takes me maybe 5 minutes, maybe not even that long to set up. All right, so I've got a few minutes before my client comes in. So I wanted to talk quickly about the difference between doing pop-ups versus having your own space when you first start your permanent jewelry business. Pop-ups are a great way to start your business because one, you can make a lot of money at pop-ups in a short amount of time, and two, is a great way to get exposure to your business and put your business name out there. Three, is a great way for you to get in the rhythm of doing pop-ups and learning how to work in different environments, whether it's hot or cold outside, and then also being able to interact with people, and then learning how to work under pressure, doing permanent jewelry and doing a lot of permanent jewelry at once in different environments. A stationary space like I have, just like a studio or, you know, a store, this is going to be a much slower pace. My appointments generally go a little bit longer because I'm interacting with clients, I'm talking to them, I'm getting to know them, having a good time, and applying permanent jewelry. So with a stationary space, you're able to give your client a more personal, private experience because it's a dedicated time just for them where they're able to come in by themselves or with family members or friends and have a personal, private experience in a cozy atmosphere. So I want to go much further in depth with this, and I cannot talk about it all right now because I have clients coming in just a few minutes, but I'm going to make another video and I'm going to talk all about pop-ups versus having your own space, so that way while you're building your permanent jewelry business you can decide on which direction you think you want to go in. And I will say though, pop-ups are going to be a very, very good way for you to start your business. Alright, so today what I have scheduled, I only have 3 appointments, but I closed my schedule at 1 o'clock so that I could prepare for my pop-up. So I'm only taking clients from 11 to 12. So the first appointment is just one person's coming in. The second appointment, I'm doing a re-weld on someone who got permanent jewelry done somewhere else. And the last appointment is a returning client. She's coming back. I'm not sure what she's getting, but I know she's been here before. So we'll see if she's adding to her sack. So those are the 3 appointments I have today. And I'm glad that I did it like this because I wanted to give myself enough time to prepare for my pop-up later on this evening because I'm going to be doing the pop-up by myself. I'm not really sure like what the traffic is going to be like, so hopefully, you know, everything goes well and it's, you know, I'm able to do it by myself because you really do need help when you do pop-ups. That's one thing I will say, like it's really hard to do a pop-up by yourself when you're doing permanent jewelry. But I'm glad that I blocked my schedule off after a certain time so that I could fully prepare for my pop-up. Okay, so now I'm gonna wait for my client and then I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so I just finished with my first client of the day. That was such a sweet interaction. This lady that I met at my pop-up that I did a few weeks ago, I have a video about that pop-up. I'll post it here. But she came in today and got her permanent bracelet. So she came in with all of her kids. She had like 4 babies, and then she also came in with her mother, and it was just so sweet to have all of them in the studio space and to get a chance to talk to her again. So this is what she got. She got the paper clip. This is my large paper clip chain, and so this was one of her Mother's Day gifts. So that was very, very fun to see somebody that I met at the pop-up. And she came in today. So that's another reason why pop-ups are a great way to start your business, because you get a chance to meet a lot of people, and then you never know, they may come back and get permanent jewelry from you later on. So 2 more clients left, and then after that I'm gonna get ready for my pop-up that is this evening. All right, so I'm done seeing clients in my studio for today. Today was a lot of fun in my studio space because 2 of my clients were return clients, and then the first one was the lady that I met at the pop-up. So It was nice seeing everyone. All right, so now it's time to pack up for the pop-up. Okay, so when you do pop-ups, it's important that you have a power station that you can use to plug up your welder. This is the one that I have, and it has worked very well for me. I got it off of Amazon. But what I love about this box, I didn't throw it away because this box is how I transport my welder. My welder fits perfectly in here. So I'm gonna put my welder into this box and we'll almost be done packing up. I just took the regulator off of my Argon tank. I have a full Argon tank. I just got it like 2 days ago. Pro tip, when you get a full tank of Argon, it can be so hard to get the regulator off. I don't know if it's because of the pressure in the tank or what it is, but every time I have a full tank or new tank of Argon, it takes me forever to get the regulator off. So what I like to do, you never want to have your Argon tank not attached to something. Like right now, it should be technically supported with something, even though it's on the ground. You want to have it like taped up to a leg of a chair, or I mean of a heavy table or something, just so that this tank cannot fall down. But when I'm taking off the regulator, you want to use a wrench and just work with it until you get it off. But I finally got it off. That took me literally like 10 minutes. All right, now what I love about this box, like I said, I can put my welder in there and my ALD screen. There's foam at the bottom and foam on top. What I like to do is then take my regulator and put that on top. That's covered by foam, and then I just close the top. And now everything is cushioned. You definitely want to protect your regulator and your welder and the ADL screen. And this is just the perfect little setup for me. So this is the portable power station box that I'm using, and it carries all of my important equipment. All right, so I just made it to my pop-up event. I'm gonna show you my table. So this is gonna be my table. I have not set up yet, but I am getting ready to unpack everything now. So once I'm all set up, I'll just come back and show you what everything looks like. So I'm all set up. It's really sunny outside, y'all, and I'm like pretty much right in the sun, but luckily this area is covered, so it is shielding from the sun just a little bit. But this is my current setup. Now, I'm always looking at ways that I can improve my setup. One thing that I know I need is a table runner with my logo on it. I've actually already ordered that. It just didn't make it here on time for the pop-up. So next time I'll have a table runner that has my logo. I like to use my yellow tablecloth because it goes with my theme. But they provided the tablecloth here, and I think they want a cohesive look. So I just kept the black tablecloth. So I just brought these things out just to kind of add something else to my table. I meant to bring some of my plants, but I forgot to bring those. But this is what it looks like right now. I'm definitely going to add more signs. I need more things that say my business name and also permanent jewelry. So those are some things that I'm going to be working on to really develop my pop-up setup, because I want for my branding to be carried through even when I'm doing pop-ups. So this is what I have for today. Just a quick check-in, I have done a few bracelets. The traffic has been okay. This is the first day that they are doing this event, and it is happening every Thursday until September. Alright guys, so the event ends in about 20 minutes. So I'm getting ready to start packing up. I'm going to end the vlog here. Let me know if you all have any questions. I am going to point out a few things that I think you should do in order to like enhance your pop-up setup. These are things that I'm going to do, especially since this is like the first pop-up that I've done where it goes into the nighttime. So I noticed, let me just show you, the lighting could be much better. So one thing that I'm going to do to improve my setup is I'm going to get lights for my table so that when people are looking at the chains, they don't have a hard time seeing them. So I want to get lights to go behind the chains. Of course, I've already mentioned putting my logo here. Was told that we could use our own tablecloth for the event. So next time I do it, I'm going to bring my whole setup, y'all. So it's going to look much better. And it's going to feel like my studio space. Because anytime I do a pop-up, I like for my space to feel like my studio. I was unsure if we could use our own tablecloths, but now that I have that information, I'm going to transform this space for next time. Alright, so that's it for today's video. If you have any questions, just leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!